I met my husband when we were both 22 at his friend's wedding. We clicked instantly, and our relationship got serious fast. Felix was everything I wanted: smart, kind, good-looking, caring, and strong. After a year, we moved in together, and a year later, we got married. Despite our love, financial issues strained our marriage, leading to occasional conflicts. In one heated argument, I left home for 2 weeks. Felix, usually avoiding confrontation, was slow to make amends. Pride stopped me from reaching out first. During this time, Felix's friend Daya offered support, and our conversations turned passionate, leading to a night together. 3 days later, Felix apologized, and we reconciled. Later, I discovered I was pregnant, and shockingly, the child was not Felix's but Da's. I struggled with this revelation, but the choice to keep the child was out of my hands. We reconciled, and 14 years passed with our family seemingly harmonious. One day, Felix found unsent letters to Daya, shattering our harmony. He said nothing, and his silent reaction spoke volumes. I begged for forgiveness, but he remained silent. Realizing my wrongdoing, I was ready to face consequences. Felix moved away, and I felt the weight of destroying his life. We're now both 38, and our son Tom is at the center of our world. Despite challenges, Felix hasn't filed for divorce, giving me hope. Da, revealed as Tom's biological father, developed paternal feelings, offering to raise our child, but I refused. Felix's return brought relief, but the issue of paternity lingers. Our son remains unaware of the truth. Last weekend, Felix and I discussed our family's future, with him not ruling out the possibility of reuniting. Boosted by this, I asked him for a date, and to my surprise, Felix agreed. Our walk in the park sparked conversations about our past and future. As our son spent the night elsewhere, Felix returned home with joy, leaving me hopeful. However, my fear lingers. Will Felix decide he no longer wants this family? Despite my mistakes, I'm determined to make amends. The paternity issue remains unspoken, and our son's relationship with Felix appears unaffected. We discussed Tom's future, anticipating he might move out in a few years. Felix's joy at being a father got us thinking about having another child. Over a month has passed since my last message. I started treatment, and Felix has been supportive. According to doctors, I have a good chance of conceiving. While the process is expensive and time-consuming, we're ready to face any challenges for our happiness. In Felix and Daya's world, communication has ceased for months. Daya's wife discovered his paternity revelation, leading to divorce. She filed for divorce last week, leaving him homeless. Their 2 daughters, aged 12 and 5, now live with her in a 1-room apartment. The weight of my mistakes extends to 6 people: my husband, my son, my best friend, and Daya's shattered family. I wonder if I have the right to have children at all. Despite Felix forgiving me, my guilt remains heavy. Therapy was an attempt to build a family, but it failed. We decided it wasn't worth the cost, considering the unlikelihood of success. Felix initially appeared normal, but his pain became apparent. The worst happened when our son discovered the truth, leading to his transformation into a troubled young man. For almost 4 months, we've been living a nightmare. Our son has turned to unhealthy habits, staying out late, and mingling with unsettling friends. The police turn a blind eye, dismissing it as a family matter. Tom now hates Felix, compounding our family's misery. A month ago, Felix experienced heart problems, potentially needing surgery. His stress exacerbates with Tom's provocations. Witnessing Felix's daily pain and resentment, I feel helpless. I've berated myself for my mistakes daily, and my hope for family harmony has faded. At 39, Felix and I are aging visibly, burdened by the consequences of my actions. Wrinkles and deep bags under my eyes reflect the toll of our family's shattered state. I berate myself daily, praying for peace and harmony, though my belief in a happy ending wanes. Daya's life takes a darker turn. Nasty divorces him, taking him to court over their property, leaving him homeless. She spirals into a life of partying, drinking, and changing partners weekly. Attempts to talk to her end in heated arguments. Their daughters now live in a one-room apartment, avoiding her revolving door of partners. I haven't heard from Da in 6 months since their divorce, a silence that speaks volumes. December 31st, a time of happiness for many, is not so for me. Felix visits his parents, and Tom remains unreachable. Our family is shunned, treated as if we carry a contagious affliction.
In the quiet suburbs where affluent families congregated, my girlfriend, aged 22, landed a babysitting job that seemed too good to be true. It was for a family we both knew from our church, a family known for their wealth and, fortunately for her, well-behaved younger kids. Spending time in their luxurious house wasn't a chore. It was an experience that offered a glimpse into the lap of luxury. The evenings passed seamlessly. The younger kids would obediently retire to bed, leaving her with some free time. On occasion, I, at 25, would join her during these babysitting sessions, reveling in the comfort of the opulent surroundings. Despite the temptation hanging in the air, our interactions remained innocent, free from any illicit activities, though the possibility lingered in the unspoken atmosphere. The family had an older son named Sean, 18 years old, who, despite his age, was seldom entrusted with babysitting duties. His unpredictable schedule, coupled with a penchant for mischief and hockey practice, made him an unreliable candidate. Little did I know that an unexpected revelation was about to unfold during one fateful babysitting night. It started with an unsettling silence in our text conversation. Concern gripped me as I waited anxiously, contemplating the worst-case scenarios. Despite her assurance that the kids were fast asleep, a small sliver of doubt lingered, prompting me to take matters into my own hands. Driving to the family's house, I hoped to find everything in order, assuaging my irrational fears. As I approached the residence, relief initially washed over me. No ominous signs signaled trouble, no flashing police lights or alarming noises. However, an odd movement caught my attention through a living room window. Desperation fueled my curiosity, and I cupped my hands around my face to peer through a tiny gap in the blinds. To my shock and dismay, the scene that unfolded before my eyes was beyond belief. Sean, the older son, engaged in an intimate encounter with my girlfriend. My initial instinct to confront them was halted by the realization that the front door was locked. As my mind raced, a car screeched into the driveway, and Sean's father hastily emerged, oblivious to my presence. With a sense of urgency, he unlocked the front door and barged into the house, swiftly followed by Sean's mother. The confrontation was intense, with accusations hurled and emotions running high. My girlfriend, now clad only in her underwear, was castigated for her lapse in judgment. Sean, too, faced the wrath of his parents, who berated him for engaging in such activities while his younger siblings slept upstairs, blissfully unaware of the turmoil unfolding below. Caught in the middle of this unexpected drama, I became a reluctant witness to the family's domestic dispute. My girlfriend, in tears, hurriedly dressed and offered sincere apologies to Sean's parents and me before making a hasty exit. In the wake of her departure, the realization hit me I had no place in the aftermath of her indiscretion. As I prepared to leave, Sean's mother joined me outside, closing the front door to muffle the ongoing confrontation within. In a surprising turn of events, she apologized for the tumultuous experience I had endured. She revealed the family's unique method of surveillance, a hidden camera in the living room connected to their phones. They had observed my presence during previous visits, deeming me a well-behaved and trusted individual. In the aftermath, I confided in my parents, seeking solace and guidance. Their advice was unequivocal: cut ties with my unfaithful girlfriend, as she had proven herself unfit for a committed relationship. As I grappled with the emotional fallout, my ex-girlfriend attempted to make amends, calling me repeatedly. However, her promises of change fell on deaf ears, and I made the decision to sever all ties. Word of the scandal spread through our church community, reaching my ex's parents. The fallout was inevitable, leading to my ex-girlfriend's decision to move out of town, a choice perhaps motivated by the desire for a fresh start far away from the whispers of scandal and disapproval. In the aftermath of this tumultuous episode, I embraced the wisdom shared by Sean's mother, that the end of one relationship did not signify the end of the world. It was a painful chapter, but it opened the door to new beginnings, and I forged ahead, learning from the past and carrying the scars of betrayal as reminders of resilience and the capacity to rebuild after heartbreak.